Hey everyone, this is my third time doing this. I hope everyone's having a good morning. Um, I don't know, a couple of months ago I put up a video. It's called um, What is Mentalism versus Magic? And the reason why I'm doing a second video is because I did a feat where I had a block. Um, it's called the block, move around with the tape on my table. Um, with my mind, so-called. And, I want to tell people because I've had really good comments, but I had a couple of negative comments and some from subscribers and Facebook people that really kind of cut to the core. They were like, who are you trying to fool? At the end when you said you were out of energy, you were insulting our intelligence, and actually that's an insult to me because it's entertainment, it's presentation. Okay, so what is the difference between magic and mentalism? There's a big difference, but in a way there's not. It's all in how you present it. Um, with magic, you'll see card tricks, you'll see things appear, disappear, something turn into something else, transpositions, things switching places. Now, if you go to a show and you go to see a mentalist, someone like Max Maven, Derren Brown, he's very good. Search his stuff on the internet. Uh, he's also a magician, and he also does hypnosis and NLP. It's Derren Brown, Brown. It has no E. He has some good stuff, and I have some links on the side, extra links that I want you to look at. Um, but I have never claimed to have supernatural powers, and for someone to say that I claim to have supernatural powers, that's very insulting to me, because though I'm a believer, I'm a very skeptical believer, and I'm against a lot of the psychics you see on TV, like John Edwards, Sylvia Brown. What they're using is mentalism methods. Now, if they were to do some of the same things, but say, I'm a performer, I'm doing a mentalism, and if they say, they're a mentalist, that's one thing. But if you're using mentalism ploys and you're trying to sell it off as being truly psychic, um, there's something really wrong with that, I think. Um, I want you to see some of my tutorials. Not only will you learn some good tricks, but you will learn it's all presentation, presentation, presentation. And I think with the block feat, because uh, you never call a mentalism thing that you do a trick. It is called a feat, an experiment, and so on. It's never a trick, though there is trickery involved. Um, and I'll explain that in a minute. Um, but when you go to a mentalism show, you'll see people with blindfolds, with tape over their eyes, like reading what's in front of them. You might see a prediction hanging from the ceiling and random people writing stuff on a board, and then the predictions match, or telepathy, thought reading, or telekinesis, making forks bend, which is very popular with my street performing I do. Um, but mentalism only uses maybe 30% of the methods that magicians use. Mentalism uses methods mostly that are psychological in nature. You know, they use hypnotic language patterns. They use body language, and it's just basic human psychology. You know, that's like person-to-person mentalism. But that's what you would see. That's the difference between the two of them. Mentalism, while yes, it is a form of magic, it's the strongest form of magic. Because when I do my street performing, I specialize in card magic, as you know. But I also do mentalism, you know. If you look back in one of my videos, I predicted a word that was picked out of a book out of a bunch of random page numbers I grabbed from a bag. You know, that's a classic mentalism feat. Making a block move or tip over or anything move, that's a classic feat of mentalism. But, you know, it's not supernatural. But my mentalism actually goes over a bit stronger than my card magic. And, you know, I like mentalism maybe a tiny bit more than magic. But no, I had some pretty bad, well, like I said, most of the comments were good, but some of the comments were bad, you know. Like I said, and um, you know, people were now if you pick up on how I do it, you know, that's one thing. But if you're like, you know what, you know, you're full of it, you have no powers, you know, please don't insult our intelligence. You know, that's insulting to me because I'm an entertainer. I'm here to entertain you. And I want to show you there are books strictly on mentalism, like there are on magic. This is a good book, Practical Mental Effects. Whoops. This is a very good book. And some of the things that you can learn is how to predict with complete accuracy the day's headlines weeks ahead of their occurrence with no switch or loading of predictions. And this is a must-have for all mentalists, the 13 steps of mentalism. You know, um, in that, you know, you can learn to do blindfold routines. You can learn how to predict newspaper headlines, do publicity stunts, and stuff like that. Like I said, yes, it is a form of magic, but it's different as far as how it's how it's presented. You know, I could do a card trick and find your card in a really cool way, or I could do the same thing and not even touch the cards, but just look into your eyes and tell you what it is. That's the difference between the two. I put up a couple of links. I want you to watch them because I have new subscribers. I have one link. It's called What is Mentalism versus Magic? And then there's one of Derren Brown. He's doing an awesome mentalism feat where he predicts um, an advertising campaign and so on. But he also explains how it's done, which is kind of cool. Um, but yes, mentalism does use a tiny bit of magician methods, but like I said, mostly it's psychology. Another thing I want to point on real quick, some people were judging some of my videos that I favorite. I won't get into it, but people like what they like, you know. I'm not gay or anything like that, and I have nothing against gay people. Um, but, you know, some people are born like that. And if you don't like the videos that I personally favorite, you know, don't watch them. And I just ask that you please don't judge me as I try not to judge others and I try to live by the golden rule. Um, but yeah, you know, I wanted to kind of comment on the comments of my moving block and what mentalism is, and you know, I want to address some of the things on my favorited videos. Hope you enjoy this. God bless. Enjoy the links.